Hi guys. Hi guys. Hi guys. Happy holidays, guys. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Sam. I'm an American expat living in the south of France.
"2021, another year gone by. We started our year out exploring empty villages due to restaurants and shops being closed. It was such a unique experience to be able to see things without the hustle and bustle of the people, but it didn't feel quite right. I wanted to see the liveliness of the cities, to hear the beautiful language of complete strangers passing by, to experience the French culture. Spring arrived, and so did the lifting of the restrictions. I was finally able to find out what life is really like here in France. Paul and I were able to explore so many different places in this wonderful country. As 2021 is coming to an end, I thought I'd reminisce and share my top 10 places I have visited in France this year.
So, coming in at number 10 is Barcelona. Barcelona is a breath of fresh air. It's an escape from the city. It is right in the middle of the Southern Alps here in France. I really enjoyed my stay there a couple months back. There's lots of things to do. You can go on many hikes. And there's a lot of things to do actually year-round, which is something that's great. You have skiing in the winter, and during the summer and off seasons, you can definitely enjoy hikes in nature, river rafting. They have a lot of fun activities to do. Another great thing is the Mexican culture in Barcelona. I was really happy to find some of my favorite hot sauces and Mexican candies that I had growing up as a kid, and that's very hard to come by here in France, so I was very happy to see that. They also have a festival in August where they have live mariachi bands, where you can enjoy sitting on the terrace enjoying some yummy Mexican food. So I will definitely be back to Barcelona. It's definitely something you should check out. Number 9 is Strasbourg. Strasbourg is a beautiful city. The main reason why I fell in love with Strasbourg was because of the cathedral. I have seen many churches here in France, but this one blew me away. Just the outside of this cathedral is stunning. It has Gothic architecture, and you just look straight up and you are just in awe of this beautiful cathedral. You can also make your way inside, and there's beautiful stained glass windows. And if you go all the way up to the cathedral, you get a panoramic view of the city. It's also amazing to be in France, but to be able to see the influences of the German architecture there in Strasbourg. There's lovely canals running through the city, and you'll see geese and flowers all around you. It is a really beautiful place to visit. It is definitely a very beautiful city and a must-see. Of course, the lavender fields in Valensole make it to my top 10. This has been a dream of mine to be able to visit the lavender fields, and this year we finally got to do just that. Right when you arrive, it is just on the side of the road, and you just see these lavender fields for miles and miles. Once you make your way into the lavender fields, it is truly a magical experience that everyone should experience. You just hear the bees buzzing around you. You can smell the scent of the lavender. It is something I will never forget. And I will definitely be doing this every single year because I live so close to Valensole. If you do come to the south of France and you want to see these lavender fields, the best time to come is during July. I would say the end of June and the beginning of July. It lasts about 3 to 4 weeks. It is definitely a favorite of mine and something I will never forget. Nice took me by surprise. If you know me, you know I'm more of a fan of the small towns and villages here in France. And visiting this big city, I actually fell in love. You walk these beautiful narrow streets in the old town and you're surrounded by these bright colors and beautiful churches within the old town. Also, you have the Mediterranean Sea right there. That is this bright blue turquoise color. It is absolutely stunning. I went during winter and I would highly recommend going during winter. I know a lot of people want to visit here during the summer so you can jump into the water, but I think it's lovely to see in the off season where you don't have a lot of tourists around and you're really able to take in the charm of the city. You can also make your way up Castle Hill for a stunning panoramic view of the city. You get to see all of the terracotta rooftops and right below that, the turquoise sea. It is so lovely, and I will definitely be making my way back to Nice, probably during the summer, to be able to experience that vibe as well. Coming in at number 6 is Annecy. Annecy has this gorgeous lake, and right in the background you can see the mountains. Geese are swimming in the water. You can also rent those little paddle boats to go out onto the lake. It is a lovely place to have a nice picnic, and I just feel like there's a very laid back vibe here. I felt very relaxed visiting this city, even though it was super busy when I visited. Another great thing is it's beautiful to see year round. If you go during winter, skiing is just a short drive away. The medieval town is another great thing about this city and gives it the charm. Another great thing if you do visit Annecy, I didn't put it on the list, but it is a short drive away from Chamonix, so you can see Mont Blanc, and that's just another added bonus to going and visiting this region. This list would not be complete without adding Paris to it. I actually have never really had a desire to visit Paris. Paul was the one pushing me to go and discover this beautiful city, and I am so glad he gave me that push because, of course, I fell in love with Paris. Right when we got there, I just had these romantic feelings. You see people along the Seine having these romantic picnics. The beautiful architecture is literally on every single block. The wonderful museums and the history that is there is just, it's amazing. There's also just so much to do in Paris. I have been twice already, and I feel like I will need to return every single year because there's so many different museums, there's so many different arrondissements. It's like there's too much to see in just a short amount of time, so we'll definitely be going back every single year. Another great thing about Paris for me was the food. I am vegan, so it is not the easiest to find all vegan restaurants here in France, and Paris has so many to choose from, and even if they aren't vegan, they will always have a vegan plate for you, so that is just another added bonus. But yes, Paris is definitely, I understand why it is the main attraction when people come here to France. But it didn't make top of my list, but it came in at number 5. Mustier Sainte-Marie was actually recognized as one of the most beautiful villages here in France. It is nestled between these two large cliffs, and right in the middle of the cliffs is this golden star. You get to make your way through these cobblestone streets filled with cafes and a lot of shops actually filled with ceramics. There's a huge tradition here of ceramics. They even have a museum that you can visit. If you do visit Mustier, do not forget to take a short drive to Gorge du Verdon and Lac Sainte-Croix. I feel like that is what attracts a lot of tourists to this village because you get to see such 3 special places. Colmar is a complete fairy tale. Right when you enter this town, you feel like you have entered a dream as a child. They have these half-timbered houses that are bright, bright colors. They have the canals with those little boxes filled with flowers, shuttered windows, bakeries. It is just a magical, magical place. and it is definitely at the top of my list. I am so grateful that we got to spend 2 whole days there. I definitely would like to return because I hear that they have amazing Christmas markets. It is like a childhood dream to be in this town, and I can't wait to go back. Mentone is very different from any place we have visited here in France. It gives off those Italian vibes, and that is because it is right at the border of Italy. It is such a beautiful, beautiful town. They have these bright yellow and orange colors. You can make your way up actually this really, really beautiful yellow staircase and see a beautiful view of the Mediterranean Sea. I really, really fell in love with Mentone. And it's actually way less busier than other places along the French Riviera. So I would highly recommend visiting Mentone. I have already been back 3 times within this year, so that does say a lot. Mentone is definitely filled with so much charm, and I really, really fell in love with this place. So coming in at number 1 on my list out of the top 10 places I have visited here in France in 2021 is, drumroll please, of course it is Lormarin. I know many of you have already probably guessed that. It holds a special place in my heart. It was one of the first places I visited when I moved here to France, and I instantly fell in love. I could see myself living in that area. I just instantly feel relaxed and at home when I'm there. It is just the perfect quaint little village with cobblestone streets and shuttered windows and these animals running through the streets that are always so friendly. I always run into really friendly kitties and doggies when I'm there. I just love this place so much. You are surrounded by vineyards and olive trees. This place is just it makes my heart happy. And if you do visit the south of France, this is definitely some place you have to see for your own eyes so you can feel that magical feeling that I do every time I go. I think I took my mom to quite a few places that I mentioned on this list, my favorite places. And I think she kind of felt the same about Lormarin when she was there. She couldn't stop smiling, and yeah, it's just a very, very special place, and it comes in at number 1. All right, guys, that completes my list of the top 10 favorite places I have visited here in France in 2021. Let me tell you, this was not an easy list to put together. It was very, very difficult because there are so many beautiful places here in France. And if I didn't mention your favorite place here in France, please comment that down below so that I can hopefully go discover that place in 2022. I cannot believe this year is coming to an end. I am so grateful for each and every one of you joining me weekly on these videos on my little getaway trips. I love taking you guys along. And if you haven't subscribed already, make sure you hit that subscribe button so you could come on many more adventures with me in 2022. It also really, really helps out my channel reach more lovely viewers like yourself. So I appreciate every one of you, and I'll see you guys in 2022. Bye.